I started as a candle and candle holder buyer there. And then I worked there for about 7.5 years, completely revamped their candle department. They actually were producing candles in-house at that time. And shortly after I started, we quit manufacturing. We outsourced everything. And I learned the business from literally the ground up. So I built relationships with fragrance houses, with candle companies overseas and domestically. I learned it from the inside out. There's a lot of science in candles I didn't know about until I started that job. So about fast forward 7.5 years, I'd grown their business about 90%. And I was getting offers from some really big name companies, and they were asking me to jump ship and come work for them. And instead of doing that and uprooting our family, you know, we have 2 kids, we decided to sell everything. Sell our house, everything we own, literally everything we own, and pour it into a business and launch our own brand. And that was in March of 2018. I quit Hobby Lobby and we launched our brand. So we moved into a 2-bedroom apartment downtown with 2 kids, which everybody thought we were crazy, but we did it. We just moved to Bethany to like a real house with a real backyard. It's been wild.
That's like, how does that conversation go with, you know, with your husband, and then obviously with like mum and dad and in-laws, like especially with the kids, right?
Yeah, so my kids were like, whatever, yeah, they're young, so they didn't really care. They thought the building was really cool and like moving was fun, so they were fine. Now everybody else was a little bit different. My husband, and so when I started getting these offers, he was like, well, you need to tell Hobby Lobby you're getting these offers. And we need to think about it. You know, it'd be a move to Dallas, it'd be a move to Chicago, it'd be these huge moves. And so, you know, there was a lot of that conversation. And then we kind of got down to the nitty gritty, and he said, you know what, you have built their business up so much, like, why don't you just launch your own brand? It was his idea. Honestly, the business was his idea. And I thought he was crazy at first, because I was like, I don't know anything about owning a business. But he was like, you know, the product, you know, that side of things, we can, you know, I've owned a business for a long time. We can figure the rest out. And he was like, we'll just take the equity out of our house. And I thought, okay, so we're selling the house. Where are we going to live? Like, what are we going to do? And he has been my biggest cheerleader from day one, be where I'm at without him 100%. So he was the dreamer. Let's do it. Let's dive in. Like, all in 100%. And I was the scaredy cat. So I was afraid. But, you know, like my in-laws and my parents, they're not dreamers. They're not risk takers by any means. And so when I told them what I was doing, they thought I was crazy. You know, there was conversations about like, you have insurance, you have a 401k, you have a reliable job. There's all these things that seem perfect, you know, and in their life. And so they all thought I was crazy. And they were like, this sounds really cute. You've always been a dreamer. You're probably going to come back down to earth pretty soon. You know, there's a lot of that conversation that happened, you know. And I was like, well, you know, worst comes to worst. I left on really great terms. They told me I could always come back to Hobby, so I'm fine, you know. So that was kind of how I ended it with the parents, was like, it'll be fine. I can always get another job. It's fine. And so fast forward, like they're all on board and very excited about where we're at now. But it was definitely like, that's really cute in the beginning. So, you know, that's how it goes.
Yeah, I love stories like that, because, you know, when you're coming out of college, it's totally different starting a business than it is when you have a successful job, you and your husband are earning money, and you have kids. Like, that's a big risk.
Yeah, it is. And everybody's like, you have kids, like you're moving to a place without a backyard. You're moving to a 2-bedroom apartment from a 3-bedroom, like, dream home in the country. And, you know, and I was like, that's what we want to do. You know, we want to take the risk. We want to go all in. You know, worst comes to worst, I get another job, you know, it'll be fine. So